Let's cut past the formalities and come out with it. BioShock Infinite is currently my favorite game of 2013 and set a very high bar for any other huge title to compete with. This game is more than a game, it's a work of art, at least in my view. The story is awesome, and though a bit of a mindfuck here and there, isn't actually that hard to keep track of unless you play on hard difficulty. Infinite has switched up the world you play in from the original BioShock, as it trades in Rapture, the scientific and artistic utopia of the world, for Columbia, the spiritual rebirth of the Garden of Eden. Rather than deal with the collapse of society, you deal with complications created from not only racial and political problems, but religious complications as well. As the main protagonist, you play as Booker DeWitt, who, due to a massive debt he has collected, has a chance to wipe his slate clean by going into the skies and retrieving Elizabeth. This puts into motion the main quote for the entire game, "Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt." Throughout the story, you travel through many parts of Colombia and begin to see that this religious place is actually a utopia. However, in order for one group to live in luxury, another must suffer. Hence the racist parts of this game. And this isn't just geared towards blacks. There are two other occasions where they take shots at Asians and Native Americans. The story is where the game sets the bar, but there is one character that manages to ascend that same bar even higher. Elizabeth is the main focal point of the game, and you realize that almost as soon as you're introduced to her. Elizabeth steals the spotlight quicker than any character I've ever seen in a game in recent years, and she's even helpful. During shootouts, Elizabeth will scavenge the battleground to pick up ammo, health, salts, and even money from corpses and throw them to you when you need it most. This is an awesome feature, and the developers even plan for you to take this ability for granted, as there are a couple levels in the game where she is not present later in the story that boosts the difficulty, as you'll have to loot the battlefield yourself, which makes you appreciate Elizabeth's company even more. There are a couple downfalls to this game though. Gameplay is just average, or at least above average. It's not bad per se, but with characters like Comstock and Elizabeth and a story as rich as this, gameplay is the only part of this game that can even be considered lacking. Also, the ending is really a hit or miss with some people. As you progress towards the climactic end, the game starts to throw you around like a ragdoll plot-wise, and is very unforgiving for those who get lost or left behind. However, it's not to say that this isn't a bad thing, as when the final scene does take place, you'll be left with a genuine oh shit moment, which will stay with you at least into the next day. There are also some dialogues said in the beginning of the game that will go over your head until the end, so replay value is somewhat high. I personally have completed 2 playthroughs and am even considering going back for another sometime in the future. Overall, this title is a really good game, and the first I would classify this year as a must-buy. Regardless of if you love it or hate it, it's a game I suggest you not skip over. I give BioShock Infinite a perfect 10 out of 10.
Booker, are you afraid of God?
No. But I'm afraid of you.